Well, good evening and welcome. Apologies that we're starting a couple of minutes late for the Black Table, but here we are. Welcome into the world of men, where we get to talk about everything that we want to talk about the way we should, the way we want it, the way we're meant to. This is an expose into how we think and how you should get to understand us. Welcome once again into the Black Table. My name is Mazino Peel. Of course, every evening, every Friday evening, I'm never alone. Well, I brought the entire gang with me. Well, he's a quarter of the gang, but he's called Gang. Mr. G-A-N-G wasn't feeling too good today, but he said, for the Black Table, I will be here. Mr. G-A-N-G Gang, you are welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being nice with your introduction.
Yeah, well, I thought, hey, you're giving us something. I mean, even if you're not too good, you said you're going to be here. So I thought to myself, hey, be nice to the guy. Be nice to the guy.
I appreciate you, bro.
You're welcome. Well, you're welcome. He rolled in here anyway, but it's all good. Hey, let's move on now to our next guy here in the studio. Of course, you guys always look forward to having him on because he makes us trend. Today we're hoping for the same, but please, let's contribute. There's a GoFundMe account that will be opened for a place for him to start saying because he might not be going home after tonight. Mr. Jean-Luc Picard is in the house. Alamide, not the Bado. Thank you very much for coming through. 4 minutes in a sense.
I learned a new word this evening.
Which is?
Focus.
Focus. You better focus. You better focus. You better focus. And of course, the opinions of our guests are not our own. This one has put us in trouble many, many times. He's caused us plenty of numbers. We've trended once or twice because of him. We do not regret it, but we will continue to fervently maintain that his opinions are his because they are rather extreme. Mr. Okwe, you are welcome.
So I actually, this thing that you just said, because one day I saw it, I was like, oh, is this about me? And when they said the opinions of our guests, it has nothing to do with us.
It's your own rule.
No, that's,
see,
but it's okay.
My job here is just to propound the situations and the questions so you guys can put yourself into trouble anyhow you want.
No, but how did you escape last week, though? Because I had someone in London that was burning my phone. What's wrong with Mazino? I'll show you the message.
What did I do wrong?
I'll show you the message.
No, let's have it.
No, because she's watching, actually.
You are welcome to watch. Thank you very much, whoever you are.
It's she.
Married with 2 children.
Don't protest too much. Don't protest too much. She should have ended there. Married with 2 children. What else? She's a grandmother.
No, but there's some things in life. There's some things in life that you have to kill immediately. Like, dead it.
It's all good. Listen, that's our intro for our Friday edition here. It's only the beginning. Let's take a very short break. When we get back, we sink our teeth into our quick fire topics. You're welcome once again. Stay tuned. We'll be back. It's always fantastic when we end the bro code with a gang expose. It's his stomach for me, man. It just fills up the entire chair. It's like as if he gets up and then the chair is hooked on his ass.
When you're blessed, you're blessed.
I like that. When you're blessed, you're blessed.
When you're blessed, you're blessed.
Yeah.
It's all good, even if it's poverty you're blessed with.
I've been waiting for this a long time. I knew you couldn't be nice.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
just couldn't resist.
First off, let's get into our topics, but I'm still curious as to who that person was and what they had to say. However, I do hear that from a very past edition, one where I wasn't available, where you guys talked about the Maraji influence or instance, where she talked about our show. You did say that she was coming under fire. I'm very curious. What were people saying about that instance specifically?
It's so nice of you to take yourself out of the picture.
Like I said, I propounded the instance. I did not get wet. What was it though? What was it? What were people saying?
Let's move on.
Let's move on, right?
Let's move on.
Which is what you guys should have done on that second show, but no, you guys had to go.
No, but you don't let things like that slide. In life, you don't.
I get you.
Sometimes you have to let them know that you have a gun, even if you're not going to shoot it.
You know the funny thing?
You do.
Earlier today, I talked actually about the same thing. And I said something that a lot of people might find very upsetting, and I'll say it. I said a lot of Nigerian youths are dull.
They are, actually. They are.
They don't have sense.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts.
A lot. Not all of them.
A lot.
There's a crowd mentality thing going on. And the reason why I'm saying this now, because I was talking to someone, and I made a reference to that. Like, okay, you know what? Someone brought out guns and tried to load it, but it wasn't loaded because there was no substance. There was no real information. This person lacked details, you understand? But what everyone picked on was the little thing that they listened to, they watched, without finding out the real details of what led to
I
it.
won't let you speak. Let me do what gang should have done on that show. Resist the urge to...
Shalaye.
Sometimes, but sometimes you have to shall I
Let's
you.
get on to
Sometimes
our
you
first,
have to.
our first topic for
Shalaye we
today.
did.
We've got a very interesting one. Now, this is it. It's a tweet, and it says, husband and wife traveled to Canada. Later, the husband was deported. We don't know why. As a good wife, will you return to Nigeria with him?
Here we
Question time. Gang, let me start with you. You go to Canada with your wife.
No.
You get deported.
The answer is simple. Here's the funny thing. If we should japa, if we should leave the country with a certain plan and a reason for that, if something happens and I get deported, you get me, and she can still stay in Canada, we can still use that to our advantage.
Okay.
You get
So
me?
you'd rather if she stayed
that's quite
there and then
logical,
you
though.
come back. And
Yeah,
please don't
no,
go.
yeah. She doesn't have to come back because of me. You get me? But if we can still achieve what we want to achieve, it's about, because it's from my own experience. I've lived away from my family, and we found a way to make it work where I was traveling back and
How
forth.
did you manage though?
Well, thank God it's no longer happening, but it was a crazy situation.
about divide himself from the situation.
But sometimes
straight.
it's like this. If you guys still have the opportunity to achieve what you want to, then it's all a situation about her doing the back and forth. Do you understand? Doing the back and forth while she maintains the whole abroad citizenship or whatever.
Do you
it is.
agree?
So
Olamide?
I've never really been a fan of,
Distant relationship.
long-distance relationships, whether it's through marriage or family or whatever. I feel, what makes a family strong is when they're together. However, in this situation, if the man gets himself deported, I don't think it should affect his family, his partner. Obviously, leaving the shores of Nigeria or any other part of the world to go to a
not
place like
easy in the
Canada
first place.
is to look for,
greener
better opportunities.
pastures, yes.
Yeah, greener pastures. So if this happens, I think it would be selfish for the husband to request that she comes back home with him. I think it would be
But
very
what about
selfish.
the attendant risks? Are there any risks?
So for
do
me,
you
I think it depends on the
if she
kind of
remains?
life. I think for me, it depends on the kind of life they have over there. Like some people are in Canada, but better off in Nigeria.
True.
Let's be honest.
True.
So if that's the situation you find yourself in, I'm gonna carry your kaya. But men generally, if we're gonna be honest, men generally are actually more loyal than women. A man will stick with a woman regardless of whatever goes wrong with her. Like, because somehow they just plug in and never plug out. But women, hypergamy is real, man. It's very real. So I feel like, especially the marriage is troubled and then they can't deport Baba.
No, so aside that, let me just quickly talk about something that happened to me some years ago. It wasn't me exactly, but then my father was involved.
Make up your mind well.
No,
yeah.
no, like I was involved, but it was my dad. A relative went to
Jackpot.
Jakba, and then the wife was going to go first to school and all that, and she was going to be there for 2 years. And my dad said this. He said, "Maduya uwe."
Hey, it's not lying, though.
Sorry, to all our non-Yoruba speaking audience,
Translate.
please.
Okay, it means
They will
that.
have carnal knowledge of your wife.
Thank you. That is a
You were
biblical
not
way
going
to
to put it
put
that
it.
way. Thank you very
Then
much.
go
for
knock
addressing
your
it.
wife because it's
And
cold
he
over
went
there.
ahead and did it.
And
It's cold over there. And winter is
real.
coming.
It's real.
Winter is coming.
Wow.
Winter is real.
But
I don't
I mean,
understand
jokes
how people do
apart.
I don't know how people do long distance relationship.
I've never
2 years.
done
Wow.
it. It's tough. And I respect you, gang. I mean, yes, it's the job. But
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it.
Gang had to provide for his family.
Yeah,
He
but
had
it's
no
the
choice.
job. But that's why a lot of times I say this, and I've said it on the show. If your relationship needs to be based on more just physicality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get me? There's certain times, even though I'm with my wife, there's some days I'm like, can I be away from you for just a few hours, a few days? Do you understand? Can I take a trip? Even you, sometimes you want to get away. So the fact that you can actually exist away from your partner
Yeah.
so that you don't really feel suffocated to an extent. Even with your kids, sometimes you'll be like, I really don't want to play with my kids today. Can you guys just get out of here? Let me not see you guys for a bit.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I don't know
Preach,
how that feels,
preach.
though.
You don't know how that feels? I'm sure your kids went through the terrible two phase when they were so troublesome.
For me, if one is off, the other one is on. So at every point in time, one is always on. So I'm good.
It's
I can't
different
even
strokes,
imagine my
guys.
life
It's
without them,
different
man.
strokes. Gang has chosen the specific timing of Friday nights from 11 up until 12 to be away from his wife and children, specifically, just so you know. Let's move on to our next quick fire topic for today. This is Oh, hang on a second. Let's see now. I'm not sure exactly who this is from, but it's a very interesting instance here. Listen to it. Is it weird that I'm turned on by the thought of my wife cheating on me. This gentleman says. My wife is a banker, and there's this her boss I know she has a crush on. Anytime she's going to see the guy for their NPR, she makes up and dresses seductively. I'll just smile, because I know. But if I ask her, she will deny. Deep down, I know she likes the guy, and I know she probably even imagines him when we are having sex, he says. When we're having sex, the thought of her thinking about him gets me hard, he says. I masturbate to the thought of her cheating on me with him behind my back. Lying to me just to go have carnal knowledge of him. I love my wife. Is this crazy? Please, no.
Like, you don't even talk this guy to say no. First off, where is this from?
It's from Twitter.
Okay.
May I say something?
Oh, I'm listening.
Where's my camera?
wait,
No. I have to make this dramatic. Where's my camera? All right. To this gentleman.
Exactly, simplify it.
No, wait.
Simplify it.
So this-
So basically, this guy, they talk, say...
Wait, no, it's the camera on me. To this gentleman, it's simple. Are you ready? Zoom in on me. You're gay.
Oh, my God.
Straight up, you're gay.
Why you are gay?
You have
gay.
fantasies about another man. It's not about your wife being with
Exactly.
him.
That's
It is
my
you
interpretation.
being with him. You're gay.
You are gay.
I don't know what your preference is. I don't have any. I'm not big at it, so I'm not going to say that.
So you guys getting off-
But I'm just letting you know you're gay. That's all I'm going to say.
And there's nothing wrong with it, oh.
Well, I just
No,
said
God
that.
accept that. It's okay, live your
I just
life.
said, I'm just,
But my question is, so, like, this guy says that he gets turned on by the thought of his wife getting it from behind from her boss.
While the guy is...
not any other person. Not any. A
A
specific
specific
person who's male. So, hence, my conclusion, you're gay.
I'm with you on that one.
Oh.
I'm with you on that line.
I would disagree.
Okay.
Oh. The advocate.
Because no,
The people's advocate. The gay people's advocate.
I know you are more familiar with the gay community.
Man.
Yeah.
So you would understand. You would understand. You know your people better than I do. But I'm coming from a certain point now. For me, there's this story I saw on socials. There's a guy. He's a very popular podcaster. He's Caucasian. I can't remember his name, but he's in the porn industry. And he used to get people. He actually got one black guy to be with his wife. I can't remember the guy's name. I'm sure
We don't need details.
do you understand?
we don't need
But-
the
but
names.
like I said, it's the porn industry. So this guy actually enjoys situations whereby he allows his wife to engage in sexual activity with
There's
other
such
men.
a kink. There
Do you
is such a
understand?
kink, yeah.
So,
But this
so
one is not in the gay porn industry. Oh.
no, that's what I'm saying. So I that's the angle I'm coming from, whereby some people would actually, it's a challenge to them, as in, oh, my wife is with somebody. I like to see her enjoy herself.
Can I ask a question, gang? What are the different, or maybe just one fetish that you have?
Who, me?
Yes, for your wife.
I don't have.
Does it
any.
involve another party, male or
No,
female? It does not.
No.
So you're normal. We all have kinks. We all have things that we fantasize about. You know, perhaps maybe if we're lucky enough, our partners will indulge us with.
Oh, man,
But
bro.
to have another party, whether male or female, that's extending it.
So
to be certain that this other party
my,
is of
my
the same
worry
gender
is
as
the
you.
fact that there's a process in play here whereby he's actually focused on
the
two
g-
people.
That he
On
looks
two people.
forward to an opportunity or an
He's
instance,
focused on two people. He's focused on his wife
and this other
and
gentleman.
this other guy, and he's focused on them for. You see the word.
This is your word focus for today. Today's show is
It's
brought to you by the
well,
letter F.
Yeah,
Or focus.
yes, focus. And you know, the fact that on both sides is selfish. He
Has he
says
communicated this to his wife?
I think they both have a crush on the same person. His wife and him.
exactly it's selfish because he gets off thinking about another man being with his wife. You understand?
Wow.
And whether it is real or not, or maybe it's just his mind playing tricks on
Fantasy.
him,
I've learned a lot.
it says a lot
the last
about.
one week.
I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot.
It says a lot
A lot of
about
these things I
his,
could have
his
received
position
without
as a
knowing
man.
them.
I think, like Zeno said, he has a crush on the wife's boss.
No, it definitely does. It
It
definitely
does, because it has to be one of the weirdest things I've heard all here.
It is
I
weird.
mean, a man imagining another man being with his own partner.
Okay, so
Being aroused from it.
I would
Man,
like to-
we get angry just thinking of stuff like that.
I would
So,
like to bring it back home. Now, here in Lagos, it has been noted that there are relationships or even marriages that are that way. We're taking it too far when we think that these things don't happen, and perhaps maybe that text was from
Oh, they
somebody
do
before.
happen.
There
They do
are
happen.
people who have these what's the word now, impulses in them, and it's from a place where you have your partner like what can we what
next?
what next can we do, and then they continue to explore these boundaries, and this is where it gets them. Although in this case he's probably explored more than his partner, and his partner probably thinks that she's getting getting away with it without him. Meanwhile, she's actually the fuel for his fantasy.
All I
He
can
needs to
say,
see a therapist.
but all I can say, it must be nice.
Let's move on
It
that
must
point.
be nice.
Before it gets into car crash television, and plus we started late, we've got another instance here. It's not really an instance, but it was I think it was a reel from off of Instagram, where a lady was asking, are women actually ready for an intelligent man? You ask for an intelligent man all the time, every single time. I want an intelligent man, a man who, is aware of my
Emotionally
feelings, emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
But are women absolutely ready for an emotionally intelligent man? Because when you get an emotionally intelligent man, it's a full package. He will not take your bullshit. He will not take your harassment. He will not take your manipulation. The moment he notices it, even by the slightest, he's asking you out the door, very politely. But you want that. In fact, it's this: when most women ask for an intelligent relationship, they're asking for a toxic one, because what they will not take, what they like in that man is the fact that he does not take BS. However, it's that BS that they're bringing on the table. So that's what I want. That turmoil that comes
I feel
with
with
that.
this, when women ask to be involved in relationships that the baseline is emotionally involved, and then emotional intelligence comes through. It has to be both ways, because a very intelligent man, emotionally intelligent man, first things first, is someone who understands what he wants.
And will not have no other
He's not going to have
alternative
it
anywhere
another
else.
way. He's not going to inconvenience himself just to make you feel better. He would go through all the necessary things for you, but if he feels that there's no solving any of this, he's not going to try and change you, because he's too emotionally intelligent.
He will
just tell you, okay, you know what?
eject.
We've tried this. It's not going to work.
Reboot.
Please, bye-bye.
We're out.
It's that
Yeah.
simple. It's that simple. So when women ask for things like, they want men who are emotionally intelligent, you have to meet men halfway.
I got a question for Femi and Gang. Before you got married, or maybe even after, or maybe even it's a factor in your marriage, what was the best kind of relationship you had? Was it one void of emotions but plenty of physicality, or the other way around? Be very honest.
I think from a very young age, I learned to deal with women on the level that they're at. I think
Give the energy you get.
Most men run into trouble when you try to think that you're dealing with a rational being. She's ruled by feelings, she's ruled by emotions. I mean, someone sent me something yesterday, and I looked at it and I laughed, and it was about, what's that guy's name? It was in Fast and Furious. His wife was talking about how she regretted
Tyrese.
the divorce and all of that.
Yeah, Tyrese.
And I was like, this is your typical woman. Like, there's nothing new here. So, and I was like, no, why would you say that? And I'm like, this is how women are. And if you actually know how to meet them at this point, you have no problems in life.
How do you meet them at these points?
Knowing when to say, you know what,
Peace out.
peace. Like, and in all honesty, if you
Guys,
give
you
a
agree with that that's a threat?
No, it's
that
not
that relationship is powering through because there's that possibility
for
of them
as long
being
as you're
threatened.
that man that woman wants, she wouldn't want you. The
Yeah.
only reason why she wants you is because she wants you to be a certain way, and
Exactly.
you are not that way. The day you give a woman a biro and paper, write out the list of all of what you want in a guy. Give her that, mold that guy, give her that guy. 3 weeks later, she'll tell you he's boring.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Just,
I totally
it's very,
agree.
very simple. Just understand this that, look, bro, this is the program. And see, if you're getting with this program, fine. If you're not,
Exactly.
Now, clearly, Femi is an intelligent person.
very.
Emotionally
Very.
as well.
The rest of us will not take that as, an
That's
insult.
have you.
We will not take it as
Because
an insult. It's okay.
like he said, sometimes if you're that intelligent, you're smart enough to see where a certain woman is coming from because they're also different in
Very.
different areas, then you handle them that way.
That way.
The truth is sometimes women cannot deal with what they ask for.
They can't.
A lot of women want a good guy. They want a certain kind of guy. They have that guy, or they've had him before, and they mess it up. They complain he's boring. They complain he's this, he's that. If a guy is good, they complain he's too good. You now want a bad guy, you now say he's too bad.
He's too bad.
So they really, to an extent, that's why the question exists, what do women want?
And
Still
they
don't
like it when they can't break you. Because the moment they crack you,
Because sometimes they try to break you, they try to crack you.
You know, this thing you're talking about, I remember I used to date this girl, and she was just crazy. And she tried to change me in every way. She was trying to mold me.
To a
And,
different person.
and because I felt, okay, you know what? Let me do this for her. Let me see.
error.
How did you suffer?
How did I suffer?
Technical error.
I suffered mentally
Emotional
and
damage.
emotionally. Yes, yes.
Emotional
And I
damage.
learned never to mold myself
Never.
in the shape of a woman.
Somebody else.
This is who I am.
Because-
if you're getting with
yeah.
the program, fine. If you're not,
Yeah,
peace.
it was so damaging that when I now started doing all the things she wanted,
You were depressed.
I was depressed.
No, aside from
And
being
then-
depressed, she didn't
you
even
see what he
want you
said?
anymore.
She was
She
now
don't want you
giving me more
anymore.
problems.
Exactly.
Yeah, she don't want you
But
After a
anymore.
while, after I started second guessing myself, like, guy, what is wrong with you? Like,
Where are my balls? Where did I forget them? Must be in a
But
purse somewhere.
honestly, the honest truth is, that's why women like bad boys. Like they have
Good
good,
girls
guys.
like bad guys.
All
No
girls-
women.
No, all women. So you see, the good guys are in their DM, but he's a boring guy.
Yeah.
He goes to
no
church.
excitement, no
He- he-
adventure,
like-
nothing.
But you see that Femi that has like 3 other girls that are in his DM. That's what they want.
Femis are like that too.
Sorry, what's your name
I
again?
have come to live with it. No, I'm sorry.
Femis are like that.
It's okay. I know.
Femis are like
No, but
that.
guess what? They women like, and then they always say things like, I was talking to one girl today, a friend of mine who went to the university
Talking to
together.
girls.
No, she's no. So she's like 41, and then I posted something, and she was like, "No, I
So his
don't
wife
agree with
is
this."
threatened. He's 41.
No, but she knows. Bro, if you're going to be with me in this life, you already know that. Okay, well, this is how he is. Like, and then I think that life revolves around honesty. If you're honest, you have no problems.
Nothing to hide.
This is the person
nothing to
that I'm married
manipulate.
to.
Yeah.
This is him. So there are some things that okay. So she was saying something, and I'm like, the problem with this situation that you're painting to me is because this guy was exactly everything you wanted, and all of a sudden you said he was boring. I'm like, at this age, you're saying a man is boring, but it is what it is, and they always chase after things that they can't attain.
Yeah.
Like that guy that just sends a DM once in a while.
Like, let's
trouble him for more.
look at the case of Jada Smith and
Jada Pinkett, yeah. Will Smith.
whatever. Will Smith. Yeah, you can see that at a
She's
point in
still
time.
in love with Tupac.
like,
The dead man.
Like-
dead Tupac. And Will Smith
man,
alive
that's
with
just
money.
wrong.
It's like a story from the Lord of the Rings. You will fall in love with a dead man. I ain't nothing gonna change that.
But that's the reality. though.
Listen, what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna take a very short break. When we get back, we've got a couple more stories, including our main story for today. Our main story, we're asking rituals and what role does society play. And we're talking about all the fetish rituals that we have been seeing recently, especially on social media. There was a case of the guy who was caught in Sierra Leone after killing his girlfriend here in Nigeria a couple of months ago. And recently, only from yesterday or 2 days ago, the story of the Uniport students who were in a relationship that ended up with the girlfriend getting killed, allegedly by the boyfriend. What's going on here? Do they work? We'll find out. Let's take a break and we'll be back. Welcome back. It is the Black Table, and my name is Mazino Appeal. Of course, you are welcome, and we have with us Mr. Gang, Mr. Jean-Luc Picard, and of course, Mr. Akwe Oluwafemi. Femi in the house. Why did I repeat that last one?
You say emphasize A man who is down fears go for.
We got a couple, just one more quick fire before we go into our main topic, and this one's a story regarding Omah and his preferences for religion currently. Now, this is it. They say that money is a spirit. Now, the question is, how powerful can money be? Can money make you lose your values? Question is, this is the instance. Fast rising artist Omah is in a video circulating online, admits to not enjoying religion anymore. In his words, as soon as I made money, I switched. I don't enjoy religion anymore. Although he says that he respects and believes in God, he does not buy the idea of religion, even if he was raised as a Christian. When asked why he doesn't do religion anymore, he says he's not sure of the credibility of the books used in preaching religion and whatnot. Men of the black table, we are being summoned, and they're asking, we all know that there's a huge difference between religiosity and spirituality, or believing in God as he claims. But what are your thoughts on Omah position and the influence of money in the entire situation? Let's turn to the one who is most agnostic out of all of us, Mr. Gang. We know you have no fear of God. But what do you think? Does money make you lose all your values because of money? Maybe we can start to gamble with God.
Unfortunately, it does. Even in the Holy Book, it says a lot about what money can do and how it can change a man. It's rather sad that he has allowed money to influence him in this case, because basically what he's saying is that if he should lose all his money, he would be able to be closer and find religion again, which is sad for him to allow money to dictate his thoughts on religion. It actually also goes to show how religious or close was he to God, how knowledgeable was he before he made money. There's a level of which I believe that you can be spiritually, that money won't change you. You get me? But if you're really not that strong, you don't really have a strong hold of faith and belief, then money can easily adjust your beliefs.
How religious are you?
Who, me? I can't say I'm religious,
question like as if you are lying. How religious are you? Asking me who you? Who am I talking to?
No. When you say how religious am I, I'm wondering like where you coming from.
No,
I don't know how to answer that question. How is there a level?
How rich are you?
How religious am I? Is there a level?
I'm asking because in relativity to how rich you are.
Do I believe in God? Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you go to church every Sunday?
Not every Sunday, but I do go to church.
Okay, so you're not absolutely,
No. I'm an active Christian.
How comfortable are you?
Very comfortable.
Okay. You're the richest amongst all of us. You drive a Benz.
Assuming.
How religious are you?
Not so.
I'm taking a survey. How religious are you?
On that religious scale, I was called like minus 200.
Okay, fine. Wait. So you're broke.
Violation on national TV.
Emotional damage.
You're broke and you're still not religious.
And he talk am again. He talk am again. You see, the first one is a mistake. The second one is on purpose. Like, I'm not going to say anything.
You know, at this point, GoFundMe will work.
But how religious are you?
I'm not exactly religious at all. And that's the reason why I understand what Omah is talking about. It's funny that we're talking about all of these things now.
You're not religious, but
I'm
you're
not
not
religious
rich.
at all. But
This is so
And he rubs it in. He rubs it in.
Wait. I really tried to take out the chaff.
So one of the things you need to do after this show is reevaluate your friendships.
No. So I'll let the viewers judge.
Wait, you're not religious at all?
I'm not religious.
No, so guess what?
I don't believe in religion.
I'm actually not religious.
I don't believe in
honest.
religion. I do believe in God, but I do not believe in religion and all the tenets that come
in
with
the
it.
past 20 years, I've been in church in like 3 or 4 times, and it's all burials. Yeah. Okay, I studied philosophy, so
That's the problem
it
right
does
there,
mess up with your head.
yeah.
But I now realize that if money has control over your moral compass or your religious leaning, then there's something wrong with you fundamentally.
Exactly.
There's something wrong with you, because in all honesty, you should be a great human being with or without money. Money is a plus in life. And money is a tool that you're supposed to use to love people. I don't know how people always mix that thing up. God gives you more than enough because he knows what you need. I believe in God. I don't go to church. So while I was growing up, I went to all the churches, Deeper Life, Sele. I went to all of them. My grandmom was a Muslim. I lived with her for a very long time. So I had a blend of both. I went to a Muslim secondary school. So I understand that somewhere in the middle, all this religion, they all balance out. Like, and at the bottom line of it all is humanity. Do you love your fellow
Exactly.
human being?
Exactly.
Treat them
What
right.
is good, what is
And
not.
for me, I always say the way I judge human beings is how you treat people that that can't do anything for you.
Yeah.
Like your driver, your gate man, how you treat those people, for me, defines who you are. Because you can be Bible carrying, tongue speaking, everything, and you're still a nasty human being. I know a lot of people like that.
So, see, for me, I can relate with what Omah is saying, and I can use that based on my experiences outside of the country. You see, overseas, here in Nigeria, the average Nigerian goes to church and
Every
also
Sunday.
pray for things,
Yes.
materialistic.
The average Nigerian
They're
is
praying for-
related to God because they
They
need something.
something. It's a
They're
need
praying for
Closer to
relationship.
God when you
for, you
need
know,
It's a need
something. Once you
relationship.
get it, you're
a nice
good.
house, a car, get married to someone. Everything is give. Over there, people are praying for salvation because you go to bed, your electricity is there. You need
You
a
have
job.
little
There's a-
needs.
there's no need for you to start
There's no
praying
need,
to
basic.
God for
Boom.
things that society has provided for. So if you're facing religion or Christianity or your Islamic religion, you're doing it based on faith, based on the belief, based on conviction. And that's the difference with, religion here and over there. Over here, I'm going to take sides with Omah. When you've got money over here, you don't really see God, because even a lot of pastors, I can speak from the Christian end of things, a lot of pastors have monetized God. And they've made God in their own image. So it's based on what they feel God will be and what they feel you will get.
Zeno, you're not a religious person at all.
I grew up very conservative. So here's the thing I was going to say from the beginning. While we're talking about religion, it's not about religion. It shouldn't be about religion. It should be about how spiritual you are. There's a difference between spirituality and religion. Spirituality is acknowledging that I have a God, I have a relationship with that God. Religion is showtime.
Showtime!
What church do I go to? How do I execute it? How do I exercise it? How can people see that I am so and so? That's religion. When it comes to religion, no. When it comes to spirituality, your personal relationship with God, I'm vested in that.
And just
And
make
it
sure.
is not anybody's business how you relate with God.
And just make sure, most importantly, just make sure that money does not become your God in anything
Exactly.
you do.
But then when money can sway you from your beliefs,
From your beliefs, then there's a
That's the
problem.
unfortunate thing. Yeah?
Make sure money is not your God, and make sure you're not a God to somebody else. Because I've seen people that, while I was growing up, I was like, if I ever
can't
have
be like
money,
this
I
person.
must
I won't
never
be
be
like
like
this
this, I must never be
can't
like
be
this.
like this
Then-
person, yeah.
People, I've met people that I grew up with, and I'm like, but
Yeah,
why
like, what happened to you?
What happened to you?
Yeah.
You need to make sure that at the very core of your being, you still remember what it means to be human.
Let me real quick relate that to our main topic and bring that in. So, what is this thing with the fervent chase for wealth that pushes young men now to believe in a certain I don't know how or where I can't explain this, but
Rituals know
I
they
don't
work.
believe that
You know they work.
Exactly.
You know they work.
How are young men of this day and age actually invested in the belief that you can use blood as sacrifice to get wealth?
So why I even don't believe in all these things? When I was in secondary school, I bought a ring from Onabuki that year.
A what?
One
A
ring like
okay.
this. So that ring, you're supposed to wear it on your left finger, and any girl that you smack a bomb, she will follow
It will
you.
follow.
Wow. I can imagine
remember
sexual
that?
harassment cases against
So
you right now.
I stole 200 naira that year. 200 naira was like 200K. Because the highest denomination we had then was 20 bucks. I stole that money, and I went to,
Femi, it's all right. So, here's my shoulder.
Bro,
You can
like I
lean
bought that
tell
ring
me.
for 200 bucks, yeah, and then the guy told me I was going to kill a lizard, put the ring inside lizard mouth for 3 days. I buy and wear the ring.
Did you
When
kill
I-
the lizard though?
Bro, I killed
Four
4
lizards.
lizards. 4 lizards. 4 lizards I killed. I
Four
put the ring in
lizards.
their mouth. Wear the ring. I smacked bomb, then slapped me. I smacked, slapped me 4 times. So the 5th one, like I said, you know what? Girl that I'd even gotten with,
Let me
you don't do.
try
I'm
it.
like, okay, Maybe I know they wear it. Are you mad? that day, I just say,
You know they
rubbish. And I went to the booking. I'm like, I said, you don't go now. Eh? You don't waiting. Not rituals. Forget, yeah, you're wasting your time.
So in an educated society where people have science, where people have, logic, how do men, young men, actually believe that these instances can bring the
I won't
world?
lie. I won't lie. I'm with Femi on this. I've never understood how people believe that, how they execute it and achieve it. Now, sadly, I don't want to put Nollywood on the spotlight, but some
Yeah,
of the things
you're
people
right.
see
Go.
on TV
Go.
and
Facts,
experience in the
facts,
film
facts,
industry,
facts.
they suddenly believe it. There's some of our actors
gosh, we're
that
in
we
spirit
literally
today.
feel today that they have used rituals.
Kanayo,
to,
Kanayo.
do you understand? Once you see
Kanayo.
Kanayo's face, you just assume certain things.
I know they do. I know they do.
I really
You
don't know
get
how
one
it
blow
works.
powder.
But there's something I've come to realize. For certain people, for certain works of life, they feel as if you believe certain things, then it can work for you and that belief on that end. You get me? There was this old movie I had seen. I think is it The Skeleton Key or something like that. That was basically talking about even white people. They know that there's black magic. They know that there's
Oh, I love
juju.
that movie, by the
You
way.
get me? So, but the only is that it only works for those that
believe in
believe
it.
it.
Is there any worse in
So,
Africa?
in all honesty, if I'm going to be honest there, what we call juju on this side is what they call science on that other side. And it's really this simple. On our side, there has to be one guy that can approach Ifa or whatever deity you are speaking to. But on the other side, they simplified it. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 6.
Empirical.
Everybody can do it. So what we have in our pockets today that we call Google, and you can just find out anything,
juju.
is what used to be Ifa. People will go there, one guy, this thing go roll down and say, oh, this boy, this. I mean, it's basically information that most people didn't have access to.
I want to
Okay,
shock
let me play devil's advocate. Let me play devil's advocate.
I believe that there are things out there.
Do you believe there's witchcraft?
I
Do you
believe
believe
that
there's
there are
evil?
things out there,
Bro,
that,
like, so when you guys
that
say all this,
exist
no.
and we do not
So,
understand.
okay, let me tell you what
and
you don't.
black magic is part of it.
Explain to me why I pick up this phone. Like, I dial somebody's number,
And
somebody
he's
in
in America.
Canada, and I'm speaking to him in real
That's
time.
science. That's science.
No,
That's
it's the
science.
same
That's
thing.
science. But
It's
I
the same
truly
thing.
believe. I truly
It's the same
believe.
thing.
I truly
Let me
believe
simplify this.
that-
Wait.
It's the
Do you
same thing.
believe in the metaphysical?
Of course, I do.
You do. Do you believe in the metaphysical?
I'm almost undecided.
I'm
on
sorry.
it.
Wait,
So
wait,
first things
wait.
first, before we
I'm asking
contradict
everybody.
ourselves, wait.
Survey.
Before we contradict
Survey.
ourselves, we talked about, do you believe in God and all that? If you believe in God,
Then
there's
there
an
is
opposite
the
of-
opposite,
there's an
yes.
opposite of
Okay,
God,
okay,
and that
okay,
comes with
okay.
consequences. Why are people doing rituals? Because it exists, and some people. have
So there's an
gotten away
opposing
with it.
force.
Yes, people do rituals, and people get away with doing rituals. Many people have done it. Remember when we were still in secondary school, and there was
I
this
don't know
guy.
the secondary school you're talking about.
Went to the same secondary
Oh,
school guy.
God.
Calm down. But remember that guy that they were calling Mr. Clifford Odji
Clifford
or
Odji,
something?
yes.
That was. It was
That was a
ritualistic.
madman on that.
No, it was
this
ritualistic.
thing bridge. Bro,
It
so
was
let
ritualistic.
me ask a simple question. So the Babalawo that told you that bring one girl's head, you have 5 billion. He doesn't like 5 billion.
How come he's
My
not rich?
point is that,
like-
and that's why I made the reference to. If you
doesn't
believe
like
in
5
God, if you
billion.
believe in God, there's an opposite, meaning that all the good things you do, and we can even look it. We can.
I know it's called the dark table, but we just went real dark.
No. Seriously. Like, if you can say the truth, there's a lie. If you can say
Standard.
there's darkness,
Once there's white,
then
there's
there's
black.
light.
If there's
so
God,
I
there's
believe
the
that if you
devil.
say there's God, then there's evil. And why are people doing rituals in Nigeria? It's because some people have done it and they've gotten away with it. Some people are still doing it.
No, but-
And you know what? A lot of young people are pressured to doing this because
So,
they
but it's
see it
lack
as a
of
quick way
education,
to
oh.
make
It's not lack of
money.
education. That's
It
another
is.
juju. The only
No, but it's
the
like,
only-
so you're
the
telling me now
opposite-
that you go cut person head, put them under somewhere, the money go to come. Where does that money come from? CBN? Or like your this is waiting to print out?
So you know what?
And
you
is
know
that
what?
money legal tender?
You know what? Yesterday,
I mean, these are questions that you need to ask yourself, though.
Yesterday, I woke up in the morning around 5, and I was looking out my window, and I could see a shining star, bright, really bright.
Did you wish upon it?
Wait. And I woke my wife up. Is it my eyes?
Or is that
that's
is that
it?
star shining?
And she looked
bright?
at it and she was shocked. And she was like, okay, you know what? In my entire life, I've never seen a star shine that bright. At first, I was like, maybe it's just a satellite passing through. Man, I was up from that 5 to 6:30, and I was looking at that star. And it tells me a lot about things that we do not understand. And the reason why I'm saying that,
I didn't ask Gang about his belief. Do you believe in the metaphysical, Gang?
Of course.
You have
Now,
something smart
see,
to say, I bet.
Now, there's a point Olamide is saying here that I have to agree with. There are people that have done these rituals, and financially their lives changed.
Yeah.
So people see it as a means of, oh, if this person got away with it, that might not be the cause of the person's wealth.
Coincidental.
But sometimes these things are actually to test your willingness to do certain
the extra
things.
mile, yeah.
You're willing to take a life. You're willing to execute certain things to put you in certain positions whereby they would now use money to basically make your life better. You get where I'm coming from? But like you said, we believe evil exists. We're talking about spirituality. We're talking about God. We believe they're angels. We believe they're demons. So for some reason, people influence society and enrich certain people by doing evil things. So you already believe that at the end of the day, if I do likewise, I would also achieve this. Because you always have the option. You always have the choice to go this way or that way.
Exactly.
So hold on,
exactly.
So the Babalawo tells you to bring a girl's head, then you're also paying money. You're paying money. The same money you're looking for. If he had a way to get it, why would he tell you?
Okay, so...
And then,
I get where you're coming from, Femi. I have an answer
to that. I have an answer
Guys,
to that.
I'll let you guys finish. I'm sure that your
Let me
response,
quickly
your
answer
response will
this.
come out when I take the text. I'm very sure. So let's just save it. We're almost out of time. Remember, we started a bit late. Apologies. Let's take this one here. Gina says, Mazino, as a good wife, I will assist my husband in any way I can from Canada in Jesus' name. Now, this is referring to our very first story about if you were in Canada as a couple and your husband is deported. She says she'll assist, which is very
From
good.
Canada.
Great wife. Thank you very
Our
much.
assist from Canada. So men are more loyal than women. I will say this for the
He
rest
said
of my
that
life.
before. Achegu here says, Mazino, he is turned on by his wife cheating on him. The things I hear and see these days, God, I beg. Not much we can say
I'm
about
with him
that.
on that.
At Remy
Why
Lekun
are you
says, Why are you gay? At Remy Lekun says, I have finally seen the guy that made making social media hot a few weeks ago. His name is Okwe. Married.
I ain't with that now.
Is Okwe married? Can't you
Is
see
that boy
his-
or girl?
it-
No,
it's-
so I don't wear wedding ring.
Remy
I'm married though.
Lekun is
Very
a guy.
married.
Very, very married.
He's
2
he-
children. One
he's
is 12,
heavily
one
married.
is 6.
He's heavily married.
You are
Let's
not
see.
a gay.
No, I'm not gay.
We got more. Dada Awaru, or rather Awuru, says, why does she have to come back? Then they come back into suffering.
Hey. So let me just tell this person this thing though. A lot of people in Nigeria are living lives that they can't afford anywhere else. But people don't. Nobody tells people these things, and they always just assume that, if I travel abroad, I go do okay.
Everything changes.
Na mirage.
It
No,
doesn't
it's
change.
not true.
Na
This is
mirage.
the struggling,
Na mirage.
the suffering actually.
Na
continues.
mirage.
So, Solakwe in your stew. Solakwe in your stew. Nice name. The guy fascinating, or rather fantastic.
Fantasizing.
Thank you. The guy fantasizing has probably never been with a man, but he is definitely a gay.
Oh, gay badge.
Gay.
Badge. I get bread. Big one.
A gay.
I get bread.
I get it now. Ikodu Breed here says people have weird kinks all the time, but in this man's case, Omah, he needs to be evaluated because this is more than weird. It's scary, fam. In Kem Delete 008 says it's fine if a woman wants an emotionally intelligent man, but can she handle everything that comes with that trait? An emotionally intelligent man. Wow. So if Andrew Tate wasn't so stuck up and had a stick fire up his bum, that's an emotionally intelligent man.
No, but so here the honest truth though, and then I feel like people, everybody everywhere, they all throw shades on that guy, but in the real sense of the word, even mothers, somewhere in their heart of hearts, they want their sons to be like that. Because
Absolutely
they know
confident.
that that's what's required to survive in the world that we live in today.
Yeah.
Or else your son will be a pushover.
Real
Nobody
quick,
wants
we're
that.
almost out of time. We have to read this real quick fire style. This is Flaky666, bad name. She may not necessarily, she's trying to break you, gang. She just doesn't know better. Women should be treated delicately. That's not to say men shouldn't be treated with love and respect, though, she says. At Joe here says, Omale is a confused human being and it's fine. It's a phase. He's young and he'll learn. Sean Ray says, money is the root of all evil,
Facts, so.
period.
Facts.
Actually,
Dot
it's
on
the love
caps
of money.
lock.
Money is not the root of evil. It is the love of money.
I'm gonna save the tip,
The love of
just
booty.
the tip for where Oluwafemi today, Femi. So you get that ready.
Representing all the Femis.
We're representing all the Femis. Wanted to say, it's been a grand show. We've actually touched on a few topics based on relationship and then outside of relationship, and it's very interesting to see how we actually weigh when it comes to spirituality and religion. It's not a topic that I enjoy talking about
I don't actually.
on media.
Because
So
we
it's
see it
very
differently,
rare you'd
yeah.
actually get me talk about this on any media. If you meet me personally, I've got days. I can go for days. So meet me personally, maybe I'll tell you what my preferences are and why they are so. While I've said that, and as it is the end of the Black Table, let's ask him to thrust just lightly and give us just the tip.
I don't know how to go like this. I'm sorry.
Tell me just the tip, please.
I don't know how to go. But so here's this. In anything you do in life, let money not be your God. The purpose of money, the sole purpose of money is to love people. God is not stupid. He gave you more than enough for a reason. Money doesn't make you a God over other human beings. And once you understand that, it's easy. Life is easy. It's not that hard.
Thank you
Money
very
shouldn't
much.
be your God.
You can always trust him to pull up or out anytime when it's just
Sometimes
the
I
tip.
know they pull out though. Make I don't lie.
how you
You.
get to
I was referring to the
That I had 2 kids.
I was
Because the second one,
My-
after 6 years, bro.
my reference was an aviation one. Pull up, pull up, pull up, terrain, pull up. I don't know what
Nah.
you guys are talking about
There's
here.
only one pull up in my books. Pull up. Yo, what
Yo,
up?
Mr. Jean-Luc,
Pull up.
thank you very much. Time to get back into the Enterprise and fly away into galaxies unknown.
Wait, I need to do a campaign. Since that you say I'm broken, who
Yes,
go
sir.
fund me now? Eh?
He-
I beg.
And you know what he play me for?
Nigeria don't
That you let him give you 2 shots.
Without a comeback.
No comeback. I'm like, bro.
At this rate, I will take 10 shots.
Listen,
That economy that bad.
He did to me.
let me say goodbye to the one with a thick skin. His skin is thick every single place, including the scrotal sac, so that's why he can take a
No, but
lot.
how'd you know his thing though?
Mr. Gang, thank you very much. Let's say our
You don't
goodbye.
know things now. You don't know things.
Cuts.
Lagos, Nigeria,
It's getting
Africa.
dirty, cuts.
Thank you very much for sticking with us. It's been a grand show. We always love it that you are here. We'll catch you guys again next week. Until then, it's good night, or is it good morning?